All right. What do we go for? Cost control? Sabretooth? Let's go cost control. Oh, okay. Sure. Hope we can win here. Let's see what we're gonna do here. We go hounds, I think. Some kind of like hound for a chaff clear, I think. I mean, tanks could crawlers or hounds here. Crawlers or hounds is the question. What is he likely to do? He's likely to go for some kind of air cheese. Maybe crawlers is just the safer option here. We're very close to having a lot of chaff clear. Maybe we could just do this. Guess we do something like this. Okay. Maybe we go like this. Do we go for the defense here? Maybe. Where's the air cheese? There's no air cheese. You just went for crawlers? That's so good. All right, I think we made the right choice. We have amazing chaff clear at this point. We're gonna go Phantom Rays or Phoenix next. Okay. Missile Strike. We could actually go for a free Missile Strike here. I think we save it and just see what he wants to do. Maybe he goes for some air unit. That could be quite good. We do have the money to afford it. We'll just start with the 2 Phantom Rays. We could also start with Chaff. There's nothing wrong with throwing Chaff in. So, but 2 Chaff, you know, we do have a lot of money. I mean, you could do this. You could go range and then just go for Chaff. Just try to play this normal. That could easily be a good play, except for we need to do something about his air units. So we're gonna lose this round and most likely future rounds after. So that's why we're gonna have to go for the not so secret play of the Phantom Ray. Now we could go even more and more like a couple squares up. I think 5 squares is okay, but it could even be 1 more square up because just since there's, I mean, it's not that much. He doesn't have that much. Yeah, so he goes for the wasp here. We'll missile the wasp. And yeah, if we went for, oof. If we went for the range, then, you know, we would have just lost to the wasp. So I think we might be able to clean up the air, maybe. So it's still better in this round. We can always go for range next round if we think we have a problem with the chaff clear. The thing is, if the sledges are in front and you have the you can't really chaff clear because you have to kill the sledges. Okay, the wasp at least didn't level up. Amp core, I think we just skip here. We probably need phoenixes to go into his sledges. We could also go for mustangs now, since now there's a new threat of wasp. But I think Phoenix is probably good. We could also consider the fire, but it might be a little bit premature. Like, do we really need fire? We don't. I mean, oh, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 6 chaff. We could just go for fire right away. All right, that kind of solves the problem. It's easy to counter, but we have 0 chaff, which makes this a pretty good idea. And let's bomb his 1 unit, and yeah, just go for 2 more. It's obviously very predictable, but I don't know how else we're gonna play this. Okay, that's fine. The Phantom Rays are only there just to take care of these. We could have went for 1 Mustang instead of the Phantom Ray. Like 1 Phantom Ray in the middle does the same as 2, so that was a mistake. And if he shuts this down with his own Extinguisher Hounds, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. You might be able to overpower the wasps here since we missiled 1. But it's not going to work long term. He'll probably click range. But we're never going to upgrade our Phantom Rays anymore. I think this could have been okay, but now we need to have a solution for the wasp. I think it's going to be Mustang first, then if we need, we can go Fort. The only problem with the Mustang is now we add chaff that can die, but I don't think there's another choice. Okay, well, the Typhoon's an amazing choice, so we'll go for the Typhoon now. Probably click Aerial Spec right away, I'm not sure. Sabers, we got to keep the Sabers. Could even go for 2 chaffs on the side, but yeah, the only thing is we almost can elite recruit if we just do this. This actually might be good, but it's very risky. It could be good, but it's very risky. That's the only problem. But I'm tempted to do that. Instead, we'll just do this. And maybe go for 1 chaff in the back. So we're hoping that this doesn't get caught with the fire. We could even put this here. But I think we want the wasps to come in soon. We don't want to delay the wasps. Okay, so he actually continues to go for the wasp, which is expected, but we're definitely not building more Phantom Rays. So we stopped building Phantom Rays years ago. I think AA spec is fine, because it's only level 1. It's probably not going to be happy to see this counter. It's going to be a great missile every time. And I guess now we have to consider the Sabers, but the Sabers, are they really going to do anything to the, are they really going to do anything for the, are they really going to be able to block the missiles? Maybe they will, since the missiles are coming in so short numbers. I think what we need is, we just simply need Phoenixes now to counter this. Assault Vulcan, that's interesting. So we'll click Aerial Spec now. Extended Range War Factory, let's not go for that. Efficient Giant, let's just stick with the plan, play conservatively. Could even go for something in front here, but it's, I don't know. I don't want to invest more into the Phantom Ray. I think it's time to invest in the Phoenix. The only problem is building Phoenix into this is kind of scary. We're mainly building it just to kill his tanks. He's gonna have more tanks now. Could go charge shot, but we don't want to get into range. Range is probably better in a vacuum. I think we just go for the oil, just to make him burn a little bit quicker. I also want to burn this tank here. Probably do this. The anti-missile of this though is if it kills this stuff, it's pretty bad. So I don't know. I don't know what we can do here. I think we start missile. I just think we start missile and shielding this. Okay, very nice shield. Yeah, so he's abandoned that idea. Now we have to go for Wasp, but we can't go for Wasp because of the Raiden. Unfortunately, we lose the shield, but I still think it was quite worth it in this situation. She's definitely committing into the Giants here. It's probably he could transition to boats, but I mean, we can't build Wasps, can we? No, we can't. So we'll upgrade everything here. These are doing very well. Phoenixes are also doing well. Probably need more Phoenixes, I guess. I mean, because you can't really do that much. You know, we have the anti... We do have the anti, you know... I think we just click range. We might want to continue to shield, but I think it could even be better to sell out of the tank. What is the tank doing now? Nothing? Could even go for the shield, just in case, but I don't know. I think we want just some chaff here instead. We go for our own missile here and try to hit these guys. Problem is we hit this right away. Maybe we make it like this. Okay, that was completely horrible, that missile. We didn't even click enhance range. Did he? Nope. Feels like we totally shut this down. Okay. Now, do we go for the factories? The big question. I mean, this guy's a viewer. I think the fortress is going to be useless. Let's not even go for the fortress. Is there anything here that's good? I mean, you could argue the Fire Badger, but it's not great. I think I would just want to sell this. What is this? This is 700. This is only 550? Wait, is this really 700? 700. This is 550. Yeah, I think we have to sell out of this. And we can go for the factory finisher, but what if he clicks ionization? He doesn't have ionization. Okay. So it's time for the factory, I think. He can go for the steel balls, but unless he has chaff, the factory might kill it. But maybe we don't go for the factory right away. Maybe he's going to go for the factory, and then we can't kill the factory. Yeah, that's what he might do. I think we get one chaff here. We're running out of time. We're going to need to make this play real quick. Let's go armor. I don't even like the position of this factory here. We actually might lose. Yeah, we're losing this year. This is not good. This factory is absolutely useless. What happened here? Why is it moving so slow? 1.2? Okay, we have one more Phoenix left. It's not going to work. Okay. This was the most stupidest factory ever. What? How did he surrender? Wait a second. Well, why does he surrender? He's going to get us down to like... I don't understand. I mean, he can come back like we're likely going to lose the game now because we threw with the factory. I don't understand. I wish we could have played this through. I mean, as much as I'd like to win, I think it's also fun to, play the game. So I'm not sure why he gave up there. I'm absolutely stunned why he'd give up. This is the most stupidest factory. If we did a tank factory, it should have been in the middle. So at least we can still see what we did wrong. Let's just assume that this is kind of like a loss here. All right, look at that last round. Now, the problem with the tank factory, I think we just ran out of time, like trying to optimize that last round. What I was trying to do was I was trying to tank. I wasn't trying to actually tank. So we'll go for the same cell. I was actually trying to go for the snipe, right? We don't even need a level 2 factory, but level 2 is always good, just in case. So for the snipe factory, we're going to need a beacon, speed. The most important thing is the beacon. So we could beacon it here, then here, right? So we'll definitely move it up. Go for the launcher overload as well. And we'll probably missile like the chaff here, maybe here. And, maybe we have this as a kind of like a back line, or maybe we have it as a distraction here. Just so we can get the crawlers to come over here. All right, so this is what we were trying to do. I think this is what we were trying to do. All right, so now let's see how things end up. So this is considered the sniping factory, and you always go for the launcher overload because it clears the chaff, clears the units. I'm guessing we win, but actually I don't know. Like we're not doing amazing in the air here. That distraction was priceless. But we're gonna need some of these units to survive. All right, so how much did we do here? Do exactly 1,000. The opponent is at, yeah, so that's what we should have done in an ideal situation. I think you can even I think even a level 1 factory works here as well. Like the level 2 is almost too much. And I mean the steel ball seems to be quite good, but for 400 worth of value just to have it as a distraction, it's probably not great. Just have the pull units. So we could do the same thing there with just a level 1 factory. I mean, range, you can argue that range is better, but I think it's safer just to always go for the overload. All right, we'll continue to missile this. All right, now we have some money. We can upgrade our stuff. I don't think you want to upgrade these guys. You want to have probably more, like more chaff maybe, and like maybe, you know, ideally you have more wasps, but we can't add wasps. So the only thing we add is Typhoon. Maybe we can go for a second tech. We'll just go for range, just for fun here. I think this might be very risky because it probably dies to this. But we're just trying to see how quickly we can actually snipe the tower. Okay, so it's a little bit too close for comfort there, but at least we know it works. So we get the quicker tower snipe, and I think that makes a huge difference. We have way more stuff that's alive. But we might actually lose the factory if it gets, if these Raidens, you know, get a chance to fire. I think we do, almost. Yeah, so we don't do enough damage. So that's why you probably don't do this. This is too all in. Only doing 300 damage there is not ideal. Alright, so could also play like this, more all in, just forego the money. Now you have more money. So here's a tank factory. This is just going to tank everything. And I think there's a really good argument to be made for this tank factory. Like the tank is, you know, it's very good, the tankiness. Do you go for chaff yourself here? Like, I don't think so. I think you just go for the tank, full tank. Go for this, and the speed, well, I don't know if you want your things to move up so quick. Maybe it's fine. It just depends on like what, you know. I think it kind of just depends, but I might want to missile this instead. So we might actually not light ourselves on fire here. Oh wait, I don't know what happened there. So here we're tanking roughly half of the board. But it might actually not be enough, because if the chains extend to the back line, then there's nothing for the anti-air. Like here, everything's still gone. So you could see that this actually doesn't work in this situation. And this is why we lost in the actual game, because we did a tank factory. The tank factory doesn't do enough. All right. So it's the only way you can do it is a snipe factory, and it's probably going to be launcher overload, maybe level 1, but probably level 2 just to be sure, because you're getting a lot of Raidens online. So I think that's pretty clear. Now, what else can we do if we don't want to go for that? Is there anything we can do? Like, can we just rely on the Typhoons? Is clicking the barrier going to be enough? Like, it's, you know, 16,000. I mean, it just... Does it do that much? I'm not sure. Aerial spec fortress, I don't know if that's going to be good enough. So I think we could alternatively try like the Mustangs. The problem is, I mean, Mustangs could work here actually, high level Mustangs, but you already have this unit. So it kind of is really stupid to make more of those. So we'll just do this. And I don't know, maybe like this. It'd be good if we could get another tech in this. Maybe the shield, maybe the mech rage. I'm not sure what. Maybe the mech rage makes more sense, but the shield also makes a lot of sense. We could try both. Improving the survivability of the Typhoons is a really good option. The only thing that counters this is if you went for something with armor, like if you went for a sandworm or factory with armor, we would just insta lose probably. We'd probably lose everything on our field and basically have nothing left. So part of the reason I went for the factory was just in case we saw the enemy factory. Because that's definitely what we're weak to. Our Phoenixes, while they're good, they're not that great. They're just level 1 mostly with no damage upgrade. So we do almost enough to win. Let's try the same setup, but with Mech Rage instead. I think we go for the damage. We just go for speed. Yeah, this is not. We never want to lock onto the saber. Okay, so we learned something interesting here. The Mech Rage is not good, not as good as the shield. I always thought the shield was complete trash, but it seems like the shield is not trash here. Mustangs is never a good idea because you already have this, but we could just try for fun. Aerial spec and range probably. Okay, let's just skip with the deploy money just to see. I think we need to position this. Maybe we should have probably shielded this. Because if the fire ignites, then this isn't going to work too well. This is why we probably don't want to go Mustangs most of the time. Because if this happens, it can be an insta GG. Now, we didn't lose that many Mustangs. We lost probably like a pack. But you could see this is a worst case scenario. Now, the only other thing is if we go for our own... I mean, we could go for this just for experimentation purposes. I don't think it's going to work. Um, 200 left over. I'm not sure what to do. Let's just leave it. Pretty sure you don't want to do this into the Raidens. Still have 3 forts left over. Maybe the forts are tanking for the Typhoons. Maybe this is good. I don't know. No, it's not that good. And yeah, you could see it's got like six of those left. So this is this situation is actually more precarious than it looks. Like we were dominating, but all of a sudden it doesn't look that good. So I think the only way is really to try to get a tower snipe. So what we could also try is the natural counter, which is going to be more of these guys. You're going to need shield and you're going to need aerial spec. Those are the 2 main techs that we go for. Range would also be good, but we don't have the money. And I don't know if you go for attack. We could just go for attack and the speed. Since the wasps are just going to get one shot anyways. We actually don't get fire here, which I think is part of the reason why we're losing. Here, we're doing quite good now that our front line has gone forward. Here, our front line just wasting itself on stupid chaff. But we're likely to win this side. It's... Never mind. I think if we got the ignition here, we'd probably be looking in a better situation. Not sure why we didn't get the ignition. Maybe we just need shields. Okay, so now for some reason it actually lands. I think it's just that split second where the Raidens snipe the hounds way too quick. It looks like we should be doing good here. Like, we're running out of our front line. This is tanking quite a bit, but most of his Raidens are almost dead. But now he's going Raiden into Phoenix, which is not good. We could also just consider, instead of aerial spec, like instead of level 2 an aerial spec, just to go shield. But the problem is you're worried about the wasps killing our wasps, so it could be an option. You know, if we feel confident enough about the typhoons to clear the wasp, that could be an option. So we'll just go for cheap wasps and maybe just shield only. Because we need to win the air battle. Once we win the air battle, then the wasps are simply just chaff. So we have extra money now. Do we go for like mech rage or barrier? We found that the barrier was better, but I don't know. Okay. I'm not thrilled about this because, I mean, maybe we still go for this aerial spec and then we click barrier here. Maybe that's the most reasonable way to play this. And we're just hoping that we can like we can shield one of our hounds from the Raiden. Our wasps are kind of getting decimated here, but we managed to break through here. Here we're not looking great, and if we lose a tower, it's gonna be the end. So it's kind of precarious, I think, with the wasps, just because of what he has. So that's why we didn't go for the wasp. Yeah, I think, and for the opponent there, I mean, you know, he already won the round, so I think however he played it was quite good. But you know, the only thing that he can't really anticipate is the corner beacon, the quarter factory with the beacon. That's kind of hard to beat because you need something specifically for that. But for pretty much everything, and including the way we misplayed it, um, you know, he did a really good job there. So on this round, I don't think we go for the factory. We could, but we are kind of starting to throw the game at this point. Going for a factory around earlier. I mean, it's always possible, but you have to ask yourself, what kind of factory do we want to go for? Do we want to go for a tank factory? Tank factory works here, but there's no Raidens here, right? If the Raidens were here, you just tank everything. And then, you know, we're only going to have a level, let's see. I mean, we also want to upgrade these guys. That's the problem. We really want to upgrade these guys. We can sell out of a tank only. That does give us enough money for a level 2 factory, but no technologies. So that's a huge problem. So in this case, do you just go for a level 1 factory? And it's just probably better to beacon. Look, he doesn't have anything on this side. You can missile his chaff, but you don't need to. You just missile this. Like, because it's going to be coming to the factory. So you missile his chaff here, you missile his chaff here, and then just go for a beacon. Right, you can even get some chaff to go in with you, and maybe another missile here. The only question is, does the Does the factory debuff like enable us to win the round even harder? Like most of the battle was already won, or you know, it already battle already took place before we got the debuff. It was a bit slow. And I don't think this actually ends up being much better than the way we played it. We might even lose our air army. So yeah, that certainly wasn't as good as the way we initially played it. So there's a lot of timing. You got to choose the right time to go for that factory. And if you just wanted to tank, yeah, you could just put the level 2 factory here in the middle. But the problem is his stuff doesn't really tank the factory. Just put the naked factory here, right in the front, right in the middle. Right, you'd assume everything, a lot of things will just go in, but it's not looking like that. So we'll just see what happens here. So we will actually tank some more units, but either this doesn't tank. It's only these two. 2 out of 5 tank, which is not great. We're mainly just centralizing the chaff coming in. It is tanking the sabers, but I don't think we were super worried about the saber. It's tanking actually most of the wasps, so that's a good thing. It's a very good thing. So in this situation, the tank factory works better than the snipe factory. And we do similar damage, 1500. Yeah, I think we did like 1900 in the actual game. Or 1700, so quite similar, but you don't want to leave your factory out here for the next round. He can go for a melter, and you know, it's about 50-50 if we end up winning after that. So that's why we waited until he was quite low. But really really ashamed about the way we played that. Ashamed that we got the win, the surrender, when we didn't deserve the surrender in that situation. Maybe he just had to go out and get lunch or something. But yeah, like he definitely didn't need to surrender. We were almost about to surrender, you know what I mean? Because after we lose this, it's just one more round for him to finish us off. And you know, maybe he doesn't have ionization, but there's ways to deal with this, right? So yeah, had we went for the beacon instead, you know, this would have ended a lot better. So the thing that was confusing, how come the speed got stuck to, like, I mean, it doesn't move because you don't have a beacon. That's why the beacon's important. But at one point oh, okay, so it's slowed down because of the factory debuff. Yeah, I mean, there's no need to surrender after that. What is this? Is this the next round? Oh no, that's round 1. Okay. Well, anyways, that was an interesting game. Sucks that the opponent surrendered there.